Alright guys, what's going on? So this video is going to be basically the gear that I'm going to be using going into 2025 to help out with the growth of my channel, with the whole like vlogging style, review, just, so heavily, again, based around photography, taking you guys along for certain journeys. Just, again, throughout my introduction, I talk about, I'm just wanting this to be about life with the heavy basis on food, photography, and just who I am as a person. Again, just a video, log, documentation of me. So, enough yapping, let's get into it. The majority of my background was photography, so I didn't really work with anything moving images. I worked with stills, so I didn't really have to care about sound. So for me, before kind of really dipping my feet into the kind of content creator scene, if you will, it was doing research about what, is going to create good quality sound, relatively so on a budget. But again, I'm very much someone who thinks that it's not always the tech that you buy that has to make it. The tech that you have to buy that makes the video. To an extent, sometimes yes, because obviously what you pay for is what you get. But it's also how you as a person, or at least me, how I can utilize said tech to the best of my ability. So with that said, my first purchase was actually the Rode Wireless Go's over here. And I've had these now for about a year or so, and these were my first mics, and wireless mics at least, and I love them. I do. Like, I have nothing bad to say about these, and these were, I think, when I purchased these, because I also got the version where it gives me two mics with the receiver. So I think that ran me about just over $200 or $250, something along those lines. And the sound quality from these, solid. My biggest thing was, yes, technically these are wireless. These do not have to be connected into anything. But this has to be connected via a cable or some sort of connection. Okay, anything does, but like with like the DJI, which I'm actually going to run into, DJI Mic 2 and the Rode Wireless Micro, they don't need a cable. So with that one said, I'm going to kind of delve into the next microphone that I purchased after these ones. So the next wireless mics I purchased were these. These are the DJI Mic 2, and these did come with a heavier price point, I think at around like $350 or so. But then again, my biggest thing was I wanted to basically have it cordless, and that's what these were. Plus, I do say that like these actually also come with a really nice charging case, so it kind of honestly made up for the fact that those were, had some sort of wired connection, because this is a wireless charging case. So obviously, charge it in the back, but after this charges the wireless mic. So let's say a wireless microphone is dead or is halfway out of juice, stick it in the wireless charging case, good to go. Now, I'm going to try and keep these relatively short and sweet, because many people, there's a whole bunch of videos out there on reviews. I'm not really a reviewer. I'm more of a person just kind of running through, just my personal preference of what I will be using. So these are the microphones, or at least the majority of the microphones I will be using. The DJI Mic 2, I was thinking about investing in the DJI Mic Mini, but that actually moves me forwards onto the next set of microphones that I got after these ones. So the next set of microphones I actually got was these, the Rode Wireless Micro. And that's actually what I'm recording the audio on right now. So it actually has the receiver in this spot here. You can either get it in Lightning or USB-C. I opted for the USB-C since I do have an iPhone 15 Pro Max, and pretty much all of my gear and pretty much most gear and tech moving forward is going to integrate to USB-C anyway. So it just made more sense to just go with USB-C because I can use these with my phone. And that's actually the main reason why I got specifically this. Was I intended to use these ones with my phone specifically for just quick B-roll shots, or just quick shots in general, or just filming a short, filming a reel. It's a good quality mic that is no bigger than the size of my thumb. And it works. There's nothing else I really have to say about it. Sure, there are like pros and cons, but again, my thing right now is just showing you guys the tech that I'm going to be using going into 2025. Now, another big thing for me is, again, with all this tech and huge digital movements that we're going to, everything will have to have some sort of storage or SD card. And my biggest thing was I didn't want to try and lug around multiple little, so any of you guys know those like little SD card holders that like clear, you can get them as a solid color. I did not want to carry multiple of those around in like my bag or anything like that, so I just invested in a little SD card holder. And what I like about this is it's by a company called Small Rig. I just ordered it off Amazon for like, I think $12. But what I also do really like about this is how tactile it feels, but also just the sound. So just take a quick listen. I mean, like, because they have like a little metal ball and pinpoint that kind of goes in and to hold it in place after it goes past that little cutout point. And it's just a nice piece of, not even tech, but just a nice piece of equipment that can really help your workflow. So with the whole, this being a lifestyle vlogging kind of channel based around hobbies and likes, again, my background was photography, still images. So I did some research into companies that do kind of vlogging cameras and small handheld cameras, because that was my big thing. I am a huge introvert. I didn't want to carry around like a Sony or a full-framed video camera. I would embarrass myself, which is something I do have to work on. But that was just something that I personally did not like. So after doing research, I researched GoPro and obviously Sony, Fujifilm, all the other ones. But I know for a fact I didn't want Sony, Fujifilm, and what's another company? I forgot now. But all I knew was the big kind of camera companies that do make amazing, amazing film cameras. I did not want to lug around something like that. So I needed something tactile, something that wouldn't break the bank, but something that would still give me quality video recording. So that's actually kind of what I'm recording on right now, which is the DJI Osmo Pocket 3. Now, for vlogging, you can kind of like take a look at the quality. It's pretty solid. And what I like about this, it does have a movable gimbal head, so it makes it super easy, as I am an individual content creator, or at least trying to be a content creator / vlogger. It makes it so much easier. I can just prop it up somewhere, put the face tracking on, and have it follow me anywhere. So feature, amazing. Now, Another thing that I researched into obviously was GoPros, but I didn't want to try and do a GoPro. So I did do a whole comparison video, or at least watch comparison videos between GoPro and the newer DJI Action 5 Pro. And when it comes down to tactile functions and size, I do like the Osmo Pocket 3, but it feels too vulnerable. It feels like it can break because the gimbal just feels so, I don't know, it feels delicate, if you will. But this is just one big, okay, not big, like that's the main thing, is I can fit it in the palm of my hand and it works. So this is probably going to be my designated vlogging camera, the Action 5 Pro. Plus what's nice about this is both of these, the Osmo Pocket 3 and the Action 5 Pro, can connect to the DJI Mic 2 wirelessly, but still have that quality sound. So that's another reason why I'm trying out the whole DJI ecosystem. And so far, I can't complain. Again, as I use it, there may be pros and cons that come up, but as of right now, this is going to be the setup. This plus the DJI Mic 2 for the vlogging. And now moves me on to my main camera of choice for my getting back into my photography. I say getting back into photography, you know, the burning sensation, the passion. So this is going to be my main camera of choice for pretty much any kind of still image work, basically, again, photography, since that is my main background. So this is the X Pro 3, Fujifilm X Pro 3, and I've had this now for about, what, a couple days. I still have yet to actually like do any shooting with it, but it's a camera that I've wanted for the past 4 years, pretty much since it came out, because I really wanted a digital rangefinder camera. But at that time, I was a starving university student, so I couldn't drop, at the time I think it was like 18 or 1900 Great British pounds on something like this. Exactly, it was a lot. But what I do really like about this is just the weight. It is not heavy at all. And I mean, the lens itself was, don't even get me started on the lenses, the lens itself was like another $560. So this probably whole total setup I have with the X Pro 3 body and the lens probably ran me like $2,200 with tax. And every single time I say that in my head, I vomit a little bit. But again, invest in yourself within your means. Invest in yourself within your means. I had the means to purchase this. So again, I'm not saying just because something it has quality, you wanted it really badly. If you do not have the money to do so and the funds, please do not. I'm not telling you to do so. So please don't. We're almost done. This now points me towards the main channel workflow, which is this iPad Pro 11-inch M4 chip. And I mean, like, I really don't have anything bad to say about it right now. Like, it's done me well to the point that, like, I mean, I've had this now for about 2.5 months. I've done my shorts on it. I've done so far all of my Instagram reels. I've done pretty much, this is my current main setup, because I was considering a new MacBook, because that one is pretty much almost dead now. I got it in 2017. It is now 2025, so about 8 years. I was considering that, but I also, again, my biggest thing is tactile. I want something that I can fit in my backpack. So like this iPad, the camera, the mics, my Osmo Action 5. All of these fit in a backpack that I can take with me whenever and wherever I want to. So that was my biggest thing. And so again, so far, no problems with it. It runs like a dream. It's quick to the punch, and it does everything that I needed to. Okay, it does 85 to 90% of the things that it does with a MacBook. The one thing that I kind of wish it does do is I've been trying my best to see if it can hook up to my my Epson film scanner. I've tried out like 4 or 5 apps from Epson itself, and nothing seems to work. So that's the one thing that's a little annoying, but again, that's just me being nitpicky. Okay, now that then puts me to my main analog / film camera of choice. This thing. So this is the Canon P. It is a rangefinder analog camera, and I've had this for about now 2.5 years, and I love this thing. It's kind of like, I wanted a Leica so bad, but again, the Leica's price point is so much. It was ridiculous. So I wanted something that felt like a Leica, looked like a Leica, does relatively the same thing as what a Leica does, which is shoot photographs, shoot film, but at like 10 times less the price point. And this is what this does, the Canon P, and I've loved this. I love this thing. It's the rangefinder, it's everything works, everything is in good order, and I have no complaints about this thing. I love it. This now puts me down to my last piece of tech that I'm going to be using in 2025 to help jumpstart this channel, or at least until the new one comes out. And that's going to be my 15 Pro Max. Shoots 4K 60. It takes pretty solid still images. Does everything I really needed to. On the date this came out, which I think was September of 2023, I purchased specifically the 512. Because all I knew was I was gonna get into content creation, and I wanted something in my pocket that could help me with that. So I got a 512. I was kind of pondering between a 512 or a 1TB. I went with a 512. I actually am probably gonna go to the 1TB with the 17 Pro Max, just because I do see myself using this more and more to utilize with reels, shorts, videos, and just everything. If I don't have the DJI as my Pocket 3 or the Action 5 Pro in hand, I at least have this thing. So it does everything that I need it to and more. With that said, guys, that's a generic look of the gear that I'm going to be using in 2025 to help with growth and just with growing my channel and the whole vlogging experience and getting back into photography and all this good stuff. So with that said, guys, I appreciate you guys staying for this long. If you consider wanting to be part of the journey, or follow along the journey, consider hitting that subscribe button, like, share with friends, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a good night, guys.